I'll do 6 X-ray, and I want you to do 6-9 X-ray, okay?
Okay. Give me a second.
We got time, so it's gonna be a while before you put it in. I hear you just getting started up. Alright, getting started up as we speak. You know how to get your transponder tuned up?
I believe it's just IFF on. No. No, I don't. I'm trying to figure it out still.
Alright, you don't gotta figure it out. That's what I'm here for. I'll talk you through it.
Alright.
But you do know how to get the transponder going, correct? Oh, excuse me, the TAC-in.
Yeah, my TAC is on, and you said I am 9 X-ray?
6-9 X-ray?
6-9 X-ray?
Yep.
Okay. TAC in is set.
Alright.
For the transponder?
Give me one moment.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, if you go IFF4, you'll see on the top row to say PH IFF, and then the second row to say M1, representing mode 1. So type in 11 on your scratch pad and put that in for mode 1. And then
2.
hit the button again, and it'll have a star next to mode 1, indicating that it's turned on. For mode 2, just click the button for the star. And then for mode 3, I want you to put in 5461, and then click mode 3, and then hit the button again so that the star shows up next to it.
Okay.
Alright. Give me one moment. Alright, so for TAC-in, you said you've already got 6-9 X-ray, it's turned on, and you're in air-to-air?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I am not picking you up for some reason. I want you to...
I might have set the TAC in wrong. How do you set it just to be safe?
Okay, go to the TAC-in page, select it. The top row should say TAC-in, and you should have some number and then X-ray. Are you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that number should be 69 X-ray, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so on the right side of it, it should say TACAN on or TACAN off. Does it yours say on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so the next 3 rows on the left side, it should say air-to-air, TR representing transmit and receive, and then receive. Yours should be put to, okay, down, I see I picked you up on the TACAN. So it should be air-to-air.
It's
The
set.
star. Okay, so now I want you to bring up a twos page or your RWR page, same thing, on one of your UFDs.
Okay.
Okay, so look on the bottom left portion of the twos page, and it should say TACAN. For you, it should say 69 X-ray, and then it should say 0.1, indicating that you're 0.1 mile, a tenth of a mile away from me. Are you seeing that?
Yep.
Okay, that's how I knew. Previously, it said off, off, off. All the air-to-air / 0.01 was off. So that's how I knew it wasn't set up. But now it's turned on, so we're good to go.
All right.
All right, so now we'll kind of go over brevity and comms. Give me 1 second. Let me do something. 263. Katashi traffic, Eagle 1 flight 2 F-15s taxiing from Eagle Park into runway 07, Katashi traffic. So next, we'll go over some of our comms. The brevity that we use to let each other know that we are ready to taxi and that the aircraft is ready to take off is green jet. Green jet meaning that just that. The aircraft's ready to rock and roll and you're ready to rock and roll. So leads green jet, and the brevity that you let me know that you're ready to taxi is green jet. So you'd say two's green jet.
Two's green jet.
Okay, brother. All right, so next, all right, we got our lights on. It looks like none of your external lights are on. So I want you to start adding that to your checklist.
Okay.
All right, looks like you got them turned on now. And after you call green jet, pretty much that's the cue that we are about to giddy up and start taxiing. So what I'd say for that is just leads taxiing. So leads taxiing out now. Let's see where we are. Those are the A-10s to our right, our left. Oh, something's looking different. Give me a moment. Yeah, we'll hook this left.
So, about the radio calls, do others in the element make calls to ATC or to ground?
No, that's
Traffic.
that's a flight.
Flight.
Yeah, that's a flight lead responsibility.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and taxi out. Check your wheel chocks.
Wheel chocks are stuck.
Is your guy removing the wheel chocks?
They're not. Ah, my mic switched. There we go. Two taxiing.
Was it? Yeah. So essentially, no, and especially there's really one call that you'll make to ATC, and that's when you're calling base. But other than that, no, the comms will be completely with your flight lead or your element lead. But
Okay.
for now, yeah, just don't even worry about it. The internal comms, which will be between us and the rest of the flight, are all that you gotta focus on for now. And it's like that pretty much in real life as well. You're not going to be talking much on the radio except for internally. So essentially, you said you've watched a couple of videos. You know, the wingman's whole job is to realistically stay with lead, not run into him, be in formation, right position, and just make calls to let him know that you're getting what he's saying. So 9 times out of 10, if I go, hey, look, you know, let's turn left, or I give you an instruction, you know, go spread, go wedge, whatever the case may be, you acknowledge by just saying 2. And again, for now, we'll just keep with 2. There'll be other times where you're a different element, you'll have a different position in the flight. So you could be the number 4 guy, you could be the number, 2 guy, whatever the case may be. But just for simplicity, you're just going to be sticking with 2. Obviously, with this being only two of us in the on the flight today. So, affirmative is our brevity for yes, and negative is the brevity for no. The next thing we're going to hear is call ready for takeoff. So, as we come up to the runway, we're coming up on runway 7 after we make this left here. I'll go to call ready for takeoff, and if you're ready for takeoff, you'll just say 2 is ready for takeoff. If you're not ready for takeoff, you'll just say 2 is not ready for takeoff, or give me 2 needs a couple of minutes, whatever the case may be. Some of the situations where you wouldn't be ready for takeoff would be just, you got to go to the bathroom, your phone's going off, you need to take a quick call, whatever the case may be. I mean, nothing written in stone, but you kind of get the gist of it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where are you from, man? I know you said America, but like what part exactly?
Oh, Florida.
Florida. All right. What we're going to do is a roll and takeoff, meaning I'm not going to stop on the runway. I'm going to get on and go. We're going to have a 5-second minimum spacing. So if you're pretty much right behind me, which you shouldn't be, but if you're right behind me, the minimum you need space between you and I before takeoff is, before you hit the throttle, is going to be 5 seconds. Our contract speed will be 350 knots indicated, so that the airspeed on the HUD on the left side is going to be the speed that I'm going to go to. And what that means is when I get to 350 knots, I usually jack it up, but I'm going to try my best just to hold 350 until you get into formation with me. And then our contract altitude will cruise to 20,000 feet, or maybe a little less, but I want to cruise to about 20,000 feet. And then, again, just like the contract speed, I'll level off at 20,000 and try to hold that, okay?
2.
So you're going to position yourself to be in the wedge formation, so you're always going to start off on the left side. Once you believe you're within, 10 to 20 seconds of being in position, meaning you don't need to be in exact position, but when you, in your estimate, you tell yourself I should be there within the next 10 to 20 seconds, you can just call set or saddle. What this means is, once you call set or saddle, you can use either of those brevity terms. What that means is, now lead, you're about in position, you're about to be in position, and essentially, as a flight lead, my responsibility to you to try to get you into position, to get you into formation is over. So those contract speeds, that contract altitude, it goes out the window. And now, as a flight lead, I'm purely focused on doing whatever I need to do to accomplish the mission. So I could be climbing, I could get faster, slower, I could be descending, whatever the case may be, turning, yanking, and banking. And as a wingman, it's your responsibility now to stay with me and be in position as much as you can. Does that make sense?
Sir.
All right. For some reason, if you lose sight of me, call blind. What I'll do is I'll call out my heading, and then I'll call out my altitude. I'll call out my heading so that you can turn your aircraft and put it in the same heading. I'll call out my altitude so you can know which direction to look, up or down or level. And then also one of the things I like to do as well is when you go blind is just call out use your within visual range radar mode and just pick me up on radar, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's rock and roll, man. Sounds like you got it. Kataisi traffic, Eagle 1 flight of 2 F-15s departing runway 7 at this time. Will be departing the airspace to the east. Kataisi traffic. right, so this is what we call the critical phase of flight. We don't talk much here because we do something stupid, the aircraft crashes. But I'm going to call rolling right now, meaning I'm hitting my burner and I'm off. You'll do the same when you're doing the same. And then I'll call airborne, wheels up, flaps up when I'm doing that, and you'll just call the same. There's no need to acknowledge any of this.
Okay. Two, rolling.
Okay. Leads airborne, wheels up, flaps up.
Two, airborne.
Okay, what else are you supposed to call?
Wheels up, flaps up.
There we go. Oh shit. It's my food. Okay, give me 1 second. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, wait. Alright. This is what we're going to do, man. Do you got me in sight?
Two.
Alright. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to hold what we got. I'm going to run out the house real quick, get this food, and then haul ass back,
Yeah.
alright?
Alright.
So just link up on me. I'm hoping the aircraft stays steady, and I'll be back here in a second.
Yes, sir. It's going down. Is he?
Alright, are we crashing yet? Nope, about to. You still on me?
Yes, sir.
Alright, perfect. See, that wasn't too bad, was it?
Almost.
Katasi traffic. Eagle 1 flight of 2 F-15s departing airspace to the east. 2000 climbing to Katasi traffic. Alright, brother, let's do this. So let's go ahead and let's get your radar turned on first and foremost.
Two, radar on.
Okay. And you said you still got me in sight?
Yes, sir.
All right.
About just over 2 miles to your 7.
Okay, you're 2.3 miles. Yep, to about my 7 o'clock now. So let's go ahead and close up. We need to be within a half mile. Let's start there. Alright, you're closing rapidly. You're about a mile and a half. Just got your radar contact. RWR contact rather. So, alright, so you're closing up pretty quickly, which is good. So let's slowly start moving to that left side. Start moving towards that left wing. Alright, Very nice. Let's close it up a little bit. So the brevity code close up means to reduce the distance to your lead by approximately half. And kick out means the same thing, means open it up by half as well.
Alright.
Now we're not looking for perfection, just to be clear, but I want you to get comfortable getting closer.
What's your airspeed again?
Don't worry about the
350?
airspeed. It was. Don't
Okay.
worry about the airspeed. Just go off of me. So if you see me pulling away from you, give it more throttle. You see me, you know, you're closing in on me, give it, you know, rapidly, give it a little less throttle. There you go. So focus on your rate of closure. You're going, okay, I'm closing up pretty good. Okay, I saw you make a throttle adjustment, which was excellent. There you go. Very nice. Very nice.
2 saddle.
2, Roger. Remember? So when do we call saddle?
That's at the 20-second range, right?
Anywhere between 20, yeah, sure, 20 seconds. Another thing to take a look at is, remember when we briefed, I said I want you to take 2 fuel tanks. You're slip right now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll, you know, we'll make little mistakes. We'll get this a little later. So, again, once you've called set a saddle, let's start working our way into position for the wedge. So you know where you should be, right? So looking off of at my left wing, at the leading edge was the front part of the left wing. You want to try to pretend like there's a laser going down the edge, meaning going away from the fuselage of the aircraft, and you want to try your best to intercept that laser. Does that make sense?
A little.
Okay.
Off of your trailing edge.
Leading edge, the front part of the, so you got the leading edge, yeah, the leading edge. So about right there. So you just want to pretend there's a laser going down it and you can intercept it. Now, I don't want you running into you know what I'm saying, but as far as positioning, that's where you want to be. And so right now you're positioning, you're a little back just a hair, but no, that's you're in really good position. Does that make sense to you? If it doesn't,
Yes,
and I
sir.
need to explain it a different way, it's okay. And that's why I'm asking you, not to make you sound like a retard or nothing like that, you know what I mean?
No, you're good. You're good. I'm piecing it.
Okay. So with that said, your positioning is pretty good. Like I said, you're a little back. You could be forward just a bit more. Again, pretend like there's a laser going down it, and you just want your eagle to intercept the laser. I don't care if it's your cockpit. I don't care if it's the nose of your eagle. I don't care if it's the body of your eagle. Yep, that's it right there. You just want it intercepting it. Exactly the way you're doing it right now. Now, some of the times what we'll do is we'll have you switch sides. So, for example, as a 2 ship, I may analyze the situation and go, I want him on the right side instead of the left side. The brevity I'll use for that is switch sides, and then on the command of go, you'll acknowledge by saying 2, and then you'll switch to the other side. And the same reference you'll have, so for example, you're using my left wing as a reference, you'll now use the right wing as a reference. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go. 2, switch sides, go.
2.
Very slow, very smooth. Beautiful. So now instead of now you're looking at my right wing, you're looking at the leading edge, and you're going, okay, let me put my eagle there so it's intercepting it, some way, shape, or form. Really nice, man. Your formation work is good.
I haven't done this in a while.
A little forward, but you know, I'm splitting hairs at this point, but it looks really good. This is a good foundation to build off of. But how you feeling?
Nervous.
Don't be, bro. You got no need to be nervous. I'm adjusting up a little bit. I don't know if you notice this cloud layer in front of us, but we're going to get above it. Everything is slow and smooth, man. As we get a little bit further along in your training, start getting a little bit more rapid with these turns. But for now, your first time, yeah, nice and slow and smooth. All right, so you're doing great. All right, looks like we're about above this cloud layer. We should be there in a little bit. So, all right, So with that said, 2 switch sides, go.
2.
Excellent. Make sure you call set or saddle.
2 set. Sorry.
No, brother, don't be sorry about nothing. This is what training's for. There are no apologies needed at all. So you're killing it, man. Positioning is excellent. All right, so let's start. This is very good. All right, let's get you warmed up with the spread formation. So again, as far as the spread is concerned, you don't need to kick out. You don't need to open it up the formation, half mile, quarter mile. I just need you to come forward and essentially match what I'm doing. So the purpose of this spread is to maximize firepower forward. It also will confuse air-to-air adversaries regarding who's lead and who's not. So with that said, do you have any questions about this formation, the spread?
No, sir. Not really.
All right, brother, let's do it. All right, to spread left, reference 1, 2, 4 for your heading, go.
2.
Excellent. Slow throttle input. You're looking forward, you're looking right. You're looking forward, you're looking right. Nice and smooth, nice and steady. Just be patient, you're okay. Don't worry about it. I don't want you over criticizing yourself. Just start getting used to it. That's all you got to do, bro. I shouldn't have done this. Just relax. Just 2 schmucks on a flight.
2 set.
Okay. Tell me again what set or saddle means.
When you're basically set in formation.
Okay.
Or, yeah, about that.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough for government work. So I want you to get you comfortable, coming forward a little bit more. So you're looking really good, just to be clear. But what the goal is, and I want these adjustments to be very slow, so don't expect immediate, just to be clear, right? That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is to be able to look left 90 degrees roughly and look right into your cockpit at you. And you should be able to look right 90 degrees and be staring right into my cockpit. We should be looking at each other in the eyes. Kind of sounds weird, but that's the goal. If you're a little forward, a little back, all good. But you know what I mean? That's what we're shooting for as far as this formation. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looking really good though, brother. Just a little bit more throttle forward. Just a hair. Just give it a little push. Alright. Just a hair more. There we go. There we go. Let's give it a bump forward again. Good enough for government work as far as I'm concerned. But do you see how that works?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. And I'm outside the cockpit. I don't know why my mouse is not letting me zoom out. I'm trying to find where we are on the map. I don't want to go off the map. Where are we? Okay. Don't have too much more space. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start coming right. I want you to go back wedge left. Go.
2.
Throttle, 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 throttle. Give it gas. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So as you're noticing, my left wing is coming down. Why? Because we're going the opposite direction. Nice, and make your corrections slow. Don't panic. Slow and smooth. Don't start panicking. Keep an eye on me. Keep an eye on your aircraft. Slowly work your way back into position. Nothing's rushed. This is not what this is. We're just running out of map realistically, so just getting this turned back around. Very nice job. Very nice. Slow and smooth. Smooth and steady. We'll start heading to the northwest a little bit, so we'll roll out here in a second. All right, here we go. 0345. About to the northwest. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back to the spread. So go spread left reference 3, 4, 5. Go.
2. 2 is set.
2, roger. Good control touch. 2, switch sides. Go. Reference 3, 4. 3, 4, 4. Go.
2.
Slower, smoother. Slow and smooth. Let me come up just a hair. I'm noticing clouds off our nose. Slow climb, very slow.
Two set.
2, roger. Perfect. That's perfection right there. All right, 2. Go back wedge right. Go.
2.
Now, you seem to have a very good grasp on these formations, so the positioning makes sense. So let's work on a couple things. 2, kick out. Go.
2.
So explain to me what I mean, what I'm asking for you to do when I say kick out.
Open up formation.
By how much?
Half mile.
No, not half a mile. So remember, either half it or double it. So if I say, just based off your current position, right, I say kick out, you should look at me and go, okay, I'm about a quarter of a mile away, I want to double that, right? I need to be further out by double of that. If I say close up formation, you should sit there and go, okay, I'm about a half mile away, I need to be half of that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. 2, close up. Go.
2.
2, switch sides, go.
2.
Really pleased with your formation
2
work.
is set.
2, roger.
I'm gonna come up further, or
Yeah, I mean, you've called set, meaning you should be about there, but once you've called set, I want you to continuously working on getting yourself in position exactly where you need to be.
okay.
Talk to me about where you want to be in the wedge formation.
Just, I believe you said 45 degrees off of the leading edge.
Nope.
Tip of the leading edge.
Nope. So again, just imagine the leading edge has a laser going down it, going outwards, not towards the fuselage of the aircraft, but going outwards. Just imagine there's a red laser. Like if you play Rainbow Six, you got a laser on the gun. There's a laser going down the leading edge, and you want to put your aircraft in position to intercept that laser.
Got you. Okay.
Does that make that make a little bit better sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to line up some more.
Yeah, you're getting there. Don't worry about it. Nothing has to be quick.
Okay.
So yeah, just like, I guess that's the best way to do it. So like, you know, you get a submachine gun, you got a little laser on it, you could point it. Just imagine again, the leading edge has a laser going out away from my aircraft, and you just want to put yourself in that position. 2, switch sides, go.
2. To a set.
2, roger. Excellent. All right, man. I would usually wait to do this until, actually, let's go and let's polish this up. 2 goes spread right, reference 275, go.
2.
This is really good for your first day, but like you said, you've got a little bit of other experience. 2, roger. There we go. Slowly walking her forward. There we go. Very nice. Two, switch sides, go. Reference 275.
2. To a set.
2, roger. 2, go wedge left.
2.
Alright, we're slowly starting to come down. I want to get beneath this cloud layer. So, maybe a little.
To a set.
2, roger. Alright, so look at your UFD, and on the top right it should be telling you a steer point. I want you to put in steer Bravo whenever you get a chance as your steer point that we're heading to. Let me know when that's done.
2. It's not done yet. We're just on.
Okay, no worries.
Say again on the steer point.
Just Bravo.
2.
Steer Bravo.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, meaning you got it. Steer Bravo tuned in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the distance from our position to Steer Bravo?
Where do you check the distance at on the UFC?
On the HUD. You've got two places
sir.
where you can look. So you can look on the HUD. So right beneath the altitude, you got the altitude box on the horizon line to the right. Directly down, you'll see an N and then a number.
I don't see an N.
Okay, you're not seeing an N on the HUD. On the right side.
No, sir.
So on the right side, you should have three. You should have 3 sets of numbers. You should have your altitude, which is circled by a box. Beneath that, you should have a N, and then there's a number to the right of it. And you're not seeing that.
No, sir.
Okay.
Is it steer point 2 Bravo?
No,
just 2 Bravo. Just Bravo.
Just Bravo. On the UFC, are you seeing on the top right of the UFC? Are you seeing steer, and then it should say Bravo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're seeing steer Bravo. So now look at your 2s, and then all the way at the bottom right corner, it should say steer B. Are you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so beneath it, it should have the heading towards steer Bravo, which should be about 266, and then it should give you the distance. Are you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's one way of looking. It should also be on your UFD. I want you to take the aircraft and ensure that you're in either air-to-air. Matter of fact, let's put it in nav mode. Put the aircraft in nav mode, and now look up on your HUD. And are you seeing that? It should say nav Bravo, and then N20.2. Are you seeing those?
Negative.
Okay, we'll get it worked out. So again, now you've got 2 sources that you can look at on your aircraft. One being the HUD, and then the other being the 2s where I showed you in the bottom right of the 2s, and that's going to direct you to the steer point that you put in. Okay, we'll get that cleaned up here in a little bit, but don't worry about it for now.
Okay.
We're going to make a slow left turn. Let's get.
I overshot you.
Okay. Are you visual still?
2. I see you.
Okay. Down and left. So just start coming down. I want you to. Okay, you got me in sight. Let's go ahead and switch sides. The airfield that we took off from is to our. I'm coming back on the throttle as well, so I want you to go ahead and get set up on the left side. My throttle is all the way to idle. The airfield that we took off from is to our left 11 o'clock low. Do you have the airfield in sight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up for the overhead. Katahdin traffic, Eagle 1 flight to F-15, setting up for the overhead, runway 27, Katahdin traffic, approximately 10 miles out. We're going to keep coming down. Again, my throttle's all the way to idle. I want you to start closing up a little bit on the formation. And what I'm going to do is fly over the heading of the runway, and then I'm going to brake to the right and get set up to enter a downwind. You've done the carrier crap and all that stuff, right?
Don't remember too much of it.
All right, well, don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, yeah, just close up. I want you to follow me around. I'm going to be in the, so this is what we call initial. Katahdin traffic, Eagle 1 flight to initial. All right, so I'm going to start braking to the right. I want you to come with me. All right, so here we go. Right brake. I'm not adjusting the throttle at all. Alright, we're going to roll out on about a 050, or is it 070, excuse me. I'm pushing the throttle forward now. We're getting a little bit slow, so we're going to roll out about here. Alright, so my airspeed is beneath 250, so I'm bringing my gear down, my flaps down. All I'm doing is hitting G and B on the keyboard. I want you to do the same.
Two, wheels down, flaps down.
Okay, you could double check that with the lights on the bottom left, right, just below your master arm. Alright, so where you are, okay. Now, do you see the runway? It should be off of our right side behind us, about 4 o'clock. You see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to start turning base to that runway, and I'm going to turn behind you. I'm going to watch you get set up to land, alright? So go ahead and turn right, start turning right base, and go ahead and set up for final. I'll be right behind you.
Two.
As you're turning base, push the throttle forward, try to make a level. Here we go. Very nice. Try to maintain altitude, or descend a little bit. We're a little low, so don't worry about the descent too much. Oops, don't want to get too fast. Alright, so for this big old bird, she's a little slick for you today, but let's just get lined up, and excellent job. I see you doing that now. So as we're getting lined up on final, double check one more time, look down and left, make sure your gear's down, your flaps down. We don't want to make the mistake of landing without that stuff. And then from there, let's get lined up. Kadashi traffic, Eagle 1 flight 2 F-15s on final. One's going to be full stop, one's going to be low approach. Kadashi traffic. Final for 27. Start pushing the throttle forward as needed to adjust your airspeed, but you're looking very good.
Low altitude, low altitude, low altitude, low altitude.
We landed a little long, so I think this isn't going to end well. Go ahead and jump off the server, brother.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It happens.
Did I delete the, yeah, I should practice my landings a bit more. When I, because like when I'm close to the ground like that, usually my speed is, I have my speed like too low, so then I come up some more.
What, well, it's gonna, one of the things that's gonna depend on as far as your airspeed is gonna be how heavy you are. But my rule of thumb, typically I want to land at about 200 knots. The aircraft is usually pretty happy there, but that's going to change a little bit depending on weight of the aircraft. But are you able to watch me and as I come in right now? I don't know if you can do it as a spectator.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay. So all I'm doing, and we're going to set up different Kadashi traffic, Eagle 1 single F-15, setting up a final for runway 05, roughly 5 mile final now, full stop, Kadashi traffic. So my airspeed is pretty low, 180. Oh my God, I pushed the burner forward. So I got to both climb and get the airfield back in sight. All right, so I'm at 220 knots now. All I'm doing is getting it lined up, double checking everything, gear, flaps. All right, both are down. Airspeed is now 195. I'm pushing the throttle forward. Airspeed got a little high, so I'm trying to bring it back. And what I'm going to do now is, as I'm getting lower and lower, about here, I'm trying to stabilize the speed. Air brakes coming on, lined up, and there we go. As soon as I touch down, I hit the brakes. I'm trying to air brake as best as I can. this isn't going to end well for me either.
You got it.
Barely. Is that where we took off from? Anyways, we're not going
I
to worry
don't think
about
so.
it. Runway seems a little short.